Mrs. Pixel, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Loving the tune. Loving the tune. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, so good to be here again. Both Pedro is out this week. I am kind of half on vacation, half working from a remote location, as they say here in Florida. But we'll get started anyway. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever in the world you're coming to us from. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Tom, otherwise known as Striking here in the digital media world. So glad to be hosting another episode of DYOR Live here on the DYOR Media Network. We've got the best fans of any group in the house. Well, okay, well, maybe we don't have as many as the other ones, but we have a good time coming here with our loyal fans that show up week after week, day after day, month after month, hopefully year after year. This is where I would normally say, ladies and gentlemen, my co-host Pedro Garcia, but Pedro is on vacation this week. Pedro volunteers his time for some good causes that someday he'll tell you about, but he's off all week. He's tuned out. He's not even in the crypto world. He's not even in the telephone world. He's just doing the good stuff to help people out where he sees fit. And I've been trying to land a couple of sponsorships for the show here, so I've been really busy this week, and so we didn't have a show for you yesterday or today. And if you recall last week, I've been talking about one of the shows we had was Bitcoin in the doldrums. Bitcoin coin in the doldrums. And this week, it breaks out. This week it breaks out. And we're going to talk about that, what's going on with Bitcoin. What's going on with like I've been saying, we have a new sponsor, BitFi, so I got to talk about them periodically. And an interesting thing happened to me with BitFi and futures during the Trump assassination attempt. So we'll talk about that as well. And of course, we'll answer all your guys' questions that you have. We won't have good TI. We won't have good TA because Pedro is out. And my TA sucks. But I'm learning, and one of the lessons that I learned recently, I'm going to talk about here on the air today. Short show for you. We won't be gone long, or we won't be on the air long today. Let's get back to some social media stuff. Bilal is saying, pair. I do not know this pair. I have a feeling I'm going to. Tazzy Zig, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Well, I guess Crypto Mike is just leading up with orange. Banana. Grow a pair and buy some pear. There we go. On Solana. We have Miss Pixel, and now we have Mr. Pixel. Hey, DYOR. Thanks for joining us here on the DYOR Network. Daily talk shows about crypto, digital assets, policy, regulation, lessons, education, as Pedro says, edutainment. We're here to entertain you. Let's see who else we got in the house here. Visor729, great live stream. Thanks very much for joining us, everyone that's new here. Chuck says we can see who. John Foster Crypto says we're dumping. He's talking to Bitcoin. Yeah, we're dumping. All the intraday charts said we were going to pump up a little bit more here, probably into the 66 range. I may have gone a little bit long there, and we dumped back down to 64.3, which is not a good thing. That means Tom is down $30 right now. Let's see who else we got here. Miss Pixel says we're working. Crypto Mike says I can call you and pretend to be Pedro. Yeah, yes you can. You say, hey my peoples. Who else we got in house? Trisha, Pear Family. I see a lot of familiar faces in this Pear thing, but I don't know anything about Pear. Why is this? Why is this that I don't know anything about Pear? Pear on Solana. Let's see. We're going to say a bunch of great viewers and then Mike. Well, Mike, we have a bunch of great viewers, then we have you. Tazzy says, Operation Phoenix in the house. Pear people are nonstop. It's the shillers of the day. Derek's in the house. Ka-ching. No sound effects for you today. Sorry there, ka-ching. No sound effects today. I gotta get my, I don't have anything in my ear that I'm monitoring. I think that one should be monitoring my ear. Nope. Oh well. Anyway, I guess if somebody... JBee Steve. Shout out to Pear. All right, what's the deal? Is it launched? Is it not launched? Is there a chart? I mean, generally, anyone who shills the most, we bring the chart up and talk about it. But I don't know anything about it. Miss Pixel says, hey, Phoenix family. All right, well, we've hit the control token. Haven't heard of control token. Oh, man, BTC sucks. It needs to come back up here. Pair launched yesterday. Chuck will bring it up in the old room here. All right, let me load that up because that's obviously going to be something I have to talk about since you guys are spamming me so much. Chuck, I see the Telegram in the room, but oh, there you go. Alrighty, let's bring it up. I'm guessing a little gecko terminal will be it. It's amazing how you have a plan for a show, yet you get a bunch of viewers, and they change it up for you. Let's say it's up 3,000%. All right, let me get. I'm working on a different system here today. Trying to supercharge this thing here, and when I'm remote, as we all know, I complain about that. When I'm remote, it doesn't work that well. So let's change this camera. That one. And bring up well, that didn't work. As usual. Fail. There we go. Ladies and gentlemen, I introduced to you pair token on Solana. Let's look at this chart here. If Pedro were here, he'd say, okay, and this kind of stuff, and that chart looks good. He would put it on the daily chart, and the daily chart is not going to show something anything worthwhile here since it's just 2 days old. Let's look at it in the 4-hour chart. All right, 4-hour chart's giving us a little bit more information here, but not much. Not, as Pedro would say, not a lot of buyer candles here. Let's see if we can get this bigger. Or I should say buyer wicks, demand wicks. And I can't tell anything from that chart. Let's look at the 1-hour chart. Well, obviously Pedro would draw some lines right here, saying that's a nice support level. Oops. I am just not good at these charts. For you guys that are good at charts, I am not one of them. Let's see, a trend line. Let's see. Also, you know, they probably could say this isn't a 4-hour chart. A wedge is forming here. That type of stuff. See, I can do this too, Pedro. You're watching. I gotta try and fix my green screen here. Pedro and I have been using the StreamYard the past few days, and I tried to go back to the good stuff here. I never started the Twitter feed. Damn it, Tom. Normally I have a little window here. It says pair token, but I don't have that on this setup here. But anyway, let's see what the rabble is talking about here. Ariel Tekimo, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Crypto Mike says, Tom, I'm still like military finance. Mike, I think we've had this discussion. I think we've had this discussion that Tom is not like military finance ever since they got dumped on in their big show in Dubai a few years ago when an insider was pissed off, or not an insider, but a whale, that he wasn't getting recognition. And right when they had their big coming out party in Dubai, dumped the token. And after that, it was off. Ladies and gentlemen, Chuck Jansen in the house with the super chat. Always appreciate what you do. Thanks again, and go pair. Chuck, thank you very much for that. Where did my there? Sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. Always appreciate what you do. Thanks again, and go pair. Ladies and gentlemen, we're always thankful for the super chats. As I say all the time, Pedro and I use the super chats to better the channel, better our equipment, get the word out, spread the word amongst us. We'd like to say we take all this great hoard of money that we make and just go to Ibiza and go at it. But yep, $10 only gets you so far. But it gets us promotions, and it builds towards having some better equipment. So Chuck Jansen, thank you very much. And let's go pair. Pair needs to rock and roll. Needs to rock and roll better than effing Bitcoin. God damn. It's just... Anyway, while let me get my guys don't time out automatically here after 20 seconds. Kind of a pain. Usually the comments go off by themselves, but they're not today. Zach from Sphinx Labs. Shout out to all at Pair. Zach, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Love these new names. These new names and a new community that bombed us today. Gotta really appreciate that. You can't do these shows without people watching. And normally I have a whole contingent watching and waiting for Pedro to talk about their project. And I don't have that today. No, I don't have that today. But I do have, ladies and gentlemen, Dara Lawton in the house. Dara, after a long time off, Mr. Madrid. Missing in action because I brought some cerveza sickness home, degenning my way through. I thought maybe you'd zipped over to France or something like that and watching a little Tour de France. I'm here in Florida, and my dad watches it every year. And I don't follow cycling, really, but my dad's a cyclist. And he follows it. And so when I'm here in July, we watch the Tour de France, and I get caught up on it. It's actually quite fun. Today was a mountain stage. I don't know if how many of you guys watched this cycling craziness. But they're going up like 10-degree elevation rises for 3 hours. Something crazy, or 4 hours, however long they ride. Today they started at, say, 500 meters. Hold on. 100 meters and went to 2,000 meters. Over 200 kilometers like this. It's insane. It's insane in the brain. Anyway, Bitcoin coming back a little bit here. I don't know if you can read this, but you can see my short is down 70 bucks. And it's because I forgot to put in a stop in. And we're going to talk about stop orders in a little bit. But if someone wants to talk more about Pair, what is it about? What's the story with Pair, ladies and gentlemen? Let's put it back up here. Pair looking for a breakout here soon, probably in the next 12 hours or so. What is it? What do we got going on with Pair? Pair NFTs for a good price on Magic Eden as well. Magic Eden. There's all kinds of new names here today. Yes, Crypto Mike, that was why. You remember, it was 2 years ago there in Dubai. And in fact, Carmen and I were on the air covering it. When all of a sudden the chart, and they were talking about they had a boat cruise, and they had the point of sale machines where people could tap their credit card and it would buy the token. People were looking for a huge pump. There was all kinds of news. Chuck Jansen remembers the military finance debacle. And then the chart just all of a sudden goes, shabam! That was it. But for this one here, the ticker is Pair. Ladies and gentlemen, the ticker is Pair. Stogie Cop. I've seen you before, I think. Let's go to Weibo. Just passed all-time high. Renounced contract to drop tax to 0. All in the last 7 days. Charts are flying. Oh, well, let's look at Weibo. Let's leave Pair up. I'm sure I'm going to come back to that. Let's see here. Where are you guys at? Gecko Terminal. Slow at this. Because we normally have Pedro doing this. So Weibo token up 25%. Weibo on base. Jester, Thanks for joining us, Jester. Oh, look at Aweebo. See, I don't know what I was thinking. I did not invest in these guys. I didn't buy your token. Pedro and I said we were going to, and we didn't. Back here, must have been like June, a month ago or so when I first started talking to you guys. It was at 0002, and now it's at 001. It's up 9x. Thank you, Tom. Good job for not investing in that when they're here every day telling us to invest in it. I don't know if you can see this behind me. This is a Aweebo token here. Aweebo on base. If you don't know about the DYOR Media Striking's Crypto Smackdown Telegram room, that's where we post links that the show uses. And if you need to post a link, I generally don't allow links in the YouTube stuff unless you have moderation powers because we get so many spammers. So we use the Telegram room, DYOR Media Striking Crypto Smackdown, if you want to post links to any of these tokens and shill them. And Mrs. Pixel, look at you. Thank you very much. A new super chatter. Pair has what it takes to dominate. Well, we'll put Pair up back in the screen here. So the Pair token right here, ladies and gentlemen. Pair has what it takes to dominate, fam. Ladies and gentlemen, Pair token. As always, Pedro and I say thank you very much for your super chat. We use these super chats to better the channel, get the word out about the shows in order to bring you a better community experience, ladies and gentlemen. Bring the edutainment to you. I kind of fix it so these things automatically disappear. But thank you very much. Fatma says, Aweebo, back to Aweebo, Aweebo. And you guys, why is this thing booming so much? Volume seems to be up here. Yeah, let's move this over here. We've got a market cap of $118,000 now. Yeah, we were looking at you guys when you're $5,000 or something like that, or maybe 12,000. Market cap of 118,000. Liquidity of just over 18,000. Looking pretty good. Nice liquidity to market cap ratio for Aweebo. Age 2 months old. And some strong volume. Volume's been up the past couple of weeks. What I liked about Aweebo, first of all, they always had a VC open to talk to, and the crew that runs it answers all your questions. They don't beat around the bush or hint at this and hint blah blah blah. They just say, no, that's what we're doing. They have a neat over-the-counter market too that they've established. No, they don't pay me for this. Over-the-counter market way to trade. So if somebody wants to buy and somebody wants to sell, you can put. Doesn't work like an order book. I don't know exactly how it works, but it works over the counter. So if someone wants to sell, it doesn't tank the chart. And you can see some people have been using it wisely, but some people have not been using it wisely. It's still early. Still early. Dazza1, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. Derek says, we sent the stream link to Crypto Control, hoping he will join. If Crypto Control comes on, we will be glad. Glad to talk about that. But we're going to switch over to, by the way, the Pair, the Pete CA is. I think you meant Pair. But thank you for joining us, Visor, anyway. We've got a good crowd here today. I forgot to start the Twitter feed. Let's start that. Right now. And all right. I like to have exposure on Twitter. Twitter's been good for us in streaming. I like to have exposure on Twitter. Twitter's been good. I get a little feedback from it. All right, let's create the broadcast here. I'm going to do a restart. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thanks for joining in on the Twitter feed here, or X feed, I should say. This is DYOR Live, and we're going to talk about BTC. We're going to talk about Aweebo token. We're going to talk about Pair token in our main YouTube channel. We've already covered those, so go over and click that if you want to see what we've already spoken about. But if you're sticking with us today, just joining us on X, thanks for joining us. Really appreciate it. join in the comments. We feature them on the air, and join us for a good time here this afternoon. Although I normally have my co-host Pedro here, and I don't have him today. So it's just striking balls here, bringing you some info, some lessons about BTC, what happened this weekend with the assassination attempt on the president, and some other reasons why you got to make sure you use stop orders. Let me post this out real quick. Join us, everyone, for BTC action and reasons to remember to use stop orders. If anyone wants free money, who wants free money? Any of you guys want free money? I'm gonna tag. All right. Maybe you guys want free money. Free money. How do you get free money, ladies and gentlemen? And how you get free money? You join our show sponsor, BitFi's crypto exchange. BitFi, no KYC for amounts under the $10,000 limit for Americans and Canadians. Anything over that are large withdrawals or suspicious withdrawals, they do KYC and that type of stuff. For general trading of crypto, exchanging from one to the other, getting some Bitcoin or trying out playing the futures markets, as we've been teaching people here to do, BitFi is a great place. I've spoken with the team themselves, their actual C-level officers, their business development people and all that, seen them in person. They're a good organization. As far as I can tell, don't take my word for it. You guys should sign up and try that out. We've got a link in the thing here that says that you can get here it's over. It says 2,888 free dollars just for doing certain things. That's obviously if you put in a lot of money into it. But if you put in a little money like I have, I've probably gotten about 100, I would say, free dollars worth of free trading credits, fee rebates, extra things for doing simple things like following their social media, depositing and trading and all that. And what we like to do here is have a segment or two that talks about, I don't know if many of you know, I spent years in the futures markets long ago in New York, in the old World Trade Centers before they got blown up. And then the futures markets went by me, as I did many years of manufacturing. Now I'm relearning all my skills. I guess they apply to crypto, and BitFi came along and decided to be a sponsor for us. And so we're using them to do that. And what I wanted to showcase was a few things on Bitcoin. Thankfully, Bitcoin's coming back up here. Thankfully. And I'm going to talk about the assassination attempt on Donald Trump here. Crypto Control, thanks for joining us. I appreciate you coming by. I know you're invited here. Chuck Jansen says, or no, Derek Breedland says, you've got a project going on. If you get some viewers to come on over here and pop on here, we can bring some charts up and talk about it. Right now, we're having a little lesson about BTC and what happens if you don't use stop orders using our sponsor platform. BitFi Exchange, based out of Singapore, registered in the Seychelles, and allowed to do business in the United States and Canada. So all is good with them. I am on the minute chart, obviously. Here, I gotta get off the minute chart. Let's get on the hour chart. And I need to reset the whole thing. There's no reset button. Great. Let's do the old refresh. I don't know what I did here. Oh, for Christ's sakes. Looks like I got the volume pricing down in the volume. See, this is what I get when Pedro's not here. Ah, good lord. try it again. Start over. Derivatives. USDT. For fuck's sake. Now there's always a reset button here. There always is, and even the reset button is gone. Let's go back to applying defaults. That didn't work. Good lord. No, that's not the right button either. Now I don't have any chart. Let's go to Mexi, ladies and gentlemen. Let's not do that. Ugh. Pedro, where are you, buddy? Need your help. Aha. Move to. Oh, Jesus. Tim Fountain says, "Hey guys, I'm at work. I wanted to stop by and say hi." And that's good while I try and recover my dismal chart. Oh, Bitcoin dumping again, but I can't. I can only tell by my. Is there any news or something? What the hell happened to? Let's go back to the basic version here. All right. We're gonna try our luck again here with let's see, when was Mr. Trump watching the Republican National Convention? They like to call him President Trump. I might add, he's not the president, has not been for some time. And past presidents are referred to as Mr. or former President Trump, not as the president. That was the 14th, I guess, or the 13th. All right, on the 14th here. I'm sorry I've been making this so boring for everybody here, but I wanted to... and of course, the regular view doesn't work. Anyway, we're just going to talk about it. We're just going to talk about it. Control token still in pre-sale, but I think pre-sale ends fairly soon. Let's see if we can bring the trading view back. It's such a disaster. I've just made it a complete disaster, the trading view chart. Literally can't do anything. Let's see, auto fit data to screen. No. Doesn't bring it back. All right, well, I can't do anything on the chart except talk, which I'm good at doing. Anyway, let's just do it by where Mr. Trump was shot at here. Right where the X is on the screen here, there's a big green candle. And what happened when Mr. Trump was shot at and wounded? Bitcoin went crazy. Bitcoin went crazy. It pumped up, nice big pump. What the correlation to some ex-president getting shot and Bitcoin pumping is beyond me, other than Mr. Trump is a pro-crypto candidate. But right before that, in this area here, if you can see my screen here, right before that, the market had come up and rejected off of about 58,000 or so. Then it went down, then it came back up and rejected off 58,000 or so, and then came down again, and it was coming back up. And I was thinking about the lessons that Pedro has been telling me. And Pedro, my co-host, has been teaching me a bunch of things to look at on the charts as I relearned this stuff from long ago. And I remembered, triple top. It bounces off the support line of a triple top twice, and the third time it does, it's just going to dump. And so what I did is I said, all right, I'm going to use our BitFi futures partner to put in a short order at 58,000. So if it goes up to 58,000, it's right below the support limit. The order becomes a market order, and I go short for that amount, and then I get to participate in the dumpage that's going on. But I thought to myself, I always preach having a stop order in here. If you're going to plan on taking a risk, you got to know what your risk is and how much you're willing to lose. And so what I did is I put a risk or a stop loss order at 60,000. I remember I'm going to go short at 58 and go up to 60,000. Is that right? Is that where it was? Oh no, I'm sorry, 59,000. 59,000. So I'm going to go short at 58. But if it goes up to 59, it liquidates my position. I mean, a stop loss order comes to bear and closes my position out at a loss before I lose too much money. And I thought that to be very important. And I preach about how if you're going to use futures, to make sure you do this. Well, guess what happened? Guess what happened when Mr. Trump was shot? The market super pumped immediately. In one candle, it executed my market go short order, and then pumped up right to my stop order and executed my stop order. So in about 10 seconds, I lost about $40. That's about my risk for that. Lost about $40 because both my orders had been executed. Had I not, it pumped the high in that time period was almost 59,600. Instead of the $40 I would have lost about $85 or so. I would have lost 2x of what my risk was. And that's a lot of money when you're just trading a little bit amounts of money. Obviously, I'm trading a little bit amount of money here because I'm relearning things. And so even if things go horribly wrong, like this trade I have going on right now at minus $80, you don't lose that much. In this trade is a good example of I put this trade on right before the show to have an example to talk about on the show, and I didn't put the stop order in. And so my stop order would have stopped me out at about $20, and instead I'm down right now $93. Isn't that wonderful? Isn't that wonderful? All right, let's get back to the comments here, see what's going on. B says, B, thank you very much with the super chat. He says, check out Bolt on Base, loudest community. Well, B, if you stick around and post something or get that community to come to our show, we'll put the chart up and talk about it. But B, thank you very much. As I say to everybody that super chats us, Pedro and I can't thank you enough. It goes to support the channel. YouTube really doesn't pay you doodly squat for this. Been on the show. A bunch of you guys been watching me more than a year now. I haven't taken a payout from YouTube because just letting it build up and all that type of stuff. And it's kind of a pain redoing all your information in it. And they reject it over and over and over again. So it's like, oh, I'll just do it once. Let it build up. There's $371. That was it. After a year. That was my advertising share. $371. Doesn't pay the bills, ladies and gentlemen. Doesn't pay the bills. But these types of things do. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much. B, whatever your name is, B. I'm here, bird dog. Yeah, rate them. Send me, the trick is getting me the contract address. Give me the contract address. I have a Telegram room, DYOR Media, Striking's Crypto Smackdown, where I post, where anyone can post links to things like that and contract addresses. I don't let them go here on YouTube because we get so many scammers. But then I can bring up the chart. You know what? You can probably post the contract address here in the comments, but I might not. But yes, raid. Let me join your TG. All right, let's. It's called DYOR Media, Striking's Crypto Smackdown. You should be able to find it. And if you're smart enough to pass the capture and do some math, then you should have no problem doing that. All right, let's bring Bitcoin back to a reasonable time frame here. See what's going on. Yeah, this is where right here at this level at 60. What's my mark price here? 64,000. All right. Right before the show. Really, it's 64,000? Must have been here. Oh, I'm sorry. My entry price was 64.9. So right here, and I thought to myself, I said the short-term intraday charts are showing an upward trend. All is good, and I wrote it up to here as I'm getting ready for the show, and I forgot to put the stop order in. And look what happened after that. Let's switch over to that so I can see it. Look what happened right here after I forgot to put the stop order in. It just boop right down. And I'm using 10x leverage here. And so I ended up minus, at the lowest point, minus $95. And now I'm at minus 75. And so now you can go back and look at the charts. But after a drop like that, the intraday charts are lagging and they're not happy. It is hard to figure out what's going on. The volume is still up here. This is always the key here. You see the volume here? Volume is up, which means the market's going to move. If you look over that way, the volume is really thin. It means the markets are not going to move much. It means it's kind of just waffling along. But as soon as that volume kicks up, you know something's up. Something's afoot. The market makers are moving in. The whales are moving in. So screen a little more here. There we go. And things are going to happen. And unfortunately, it happened down. Just down. I would have been stopped out at like I said, like a $20 or $30 loss. It's still a good example to show you guys for when you're using our BitFi exchange partner. Remember, there's a link down there. Sign up. Use the link. Use the link. We get credit for it. Let's see how. It looks like our friend B has joined the Telegram room. There you are. Hey. So I love about this show. We really engage the community, and we enjoy it. We love it a lot. For those of you who are new, usually I have this fancy virtual studio and all kinds of special effects and that kind of stuff. But I'm on semi-vacation here in Florida, doing a short show, and my partner is Pedro Garcia, the crypto chart analyst, he's on vacation this week doing personal stuff. So it's just me. And while I've done lots of shows by myself, and I'm actually pretty good at it, I would say, when you're used to doing it with a show and you have a back and forth going on and your community watches because of that, when you do it yourself, it's a little odd. It's a little strange. I've had my earphone in, but I got nothing in my ear. But I wear it because that's how I hear my voice. Spare you the details. Anyway, I'm going to bring up the contract address now for Bolt. I do want to say control crypto. If you have a contract address you want me to go over, let me know. Or if it's pre-sale, you want me to put the website up, just share it with me. All will be fine. Let me see if I can get my label system working here. Let's see, what is this one? No, not that one. What we got here? Bolt. Bolt is on base. All right, just give me a second here to get this up. Should work just fine. Miss Pixel with a super chat. Miss Pixel, thank you very much. $4.99 to the super chat from the super chat gods, otherwise known as our viewers. Thank you very much. We really appreciate it, Miss Pixel. Sorry, I had the bolt on face thing there in the back. As I always say, Pedro and I appreciate it so much. We really appreciate it, and feel free to use any clips of this video you want as a result of that. But thank you very much. I really appreciate you coming, watching, following us, and spending, as my friend Crypto Lifer says, giving us your most valuable asset, and that is your time. Your time. Let's see if I can get this right now. All right, this. Bolt on base. All right, ladies and gentlemen, tell me all about Bolt. Miss Pixel says, clearly you are worth more. Well, Mrs. Striking thinks so. So just lay that out right there. I guess you found it, B. YouTube is a hustle. You're right, YouTube is a hustle. And I'm doing the old hustle dance. I get to the hustle. Take a gander at Solana. I'll give a Solana a shot here, Crypto Mike, but I won't be able to do it. I'm still trying to figure out Bitcoin here. Bolt, baby Bolt. We are now a community takeover, by the way. That's very common lately. Very common with the community takeovers. Very hard, though, because you never really know if the original dev has actually left. But anyway, let's talk about your chart here. This Pixel says, love it. Going through that base down trend, unfortunately. Yeah, well, you're also subject to the price of base as well, which is linked to Ethernet. Actually, Ethernet is Ethereum. Bolt is Brett's dog. Bolt is Brett's dog. Now I get it. Brett's dog, Bolt. Oh, you know, I remember you guys. I remember Bolt. I do recall now. Here, let's look at this in a wider chart here. All right, now I remember. In fact, my my buddy Zach Humphreys was covering Bolt in this, and he was very bullish on Bolt for even when it came down here in the middle of June. He was still bullish about it. Clearly the volume has come way down. However, there's a lot of meme coins out there that are pumping right now, in which the volume has come back. Like right here, you can see over my shoulder here, the volume has disappeared compared to down here. But there's a lot of them now that are getting, with the community takeover aspect and getting the word out again, they're starting to do that boop and hockey stick up. And that is a good thing. That's a good thing. But it's up to you guys. It's up to your community. It's up to getting it in front of people like me and Zach Humphreys and stuff. Both, ladies and gentlemen, seems to be getting some new interest because of the community takeover. I had another community takeover on my show here, poor guys. I'm not going to mention which one it was. But while they're on my show talking about it, right before they came up, they started to go up, and right as we were on the show, we're like, oh, it looks good. Pedro and I even used a little of our show money to invest in it, and it just went like that, and it has not come back. It just whoop, right to the ground. And what I had always had concerns about that particular project was I didn't think the developer had originally left, and so while we were on the air, and while they were on another AMA, it mysteriously just tanked in the middle of it. And that was really it. So be careful with that. Make sure you guys are doing good. Let's go through your thing here. The biggest projects to launch on Base. Original devs dumped at 30 million market cap, and now the community's taken over. DYOR based. We're based. Talking about Base. We're based. Thank you very much, Mrs. Pixel. You are the prolific poster today. An original Matt Fury character. Oh, you're right. You're right, Bull. That's right. Our longtime viewer, Jesus Caruba, is on here. He's always talking about Furry. Our community is insane. You got to get them to buy. Actually, I don't know. Do you have tax? You guys have tax? If you have zero tax, if you're 0-0, and obviously we know fees are low on Base, get a bunch of people to buy and sell every day. Just get the volume going. Get the volume going. Get 10 people to commit to buying and selling $500 a day. The gas money you'll spend is, tiny. You'll earn that back as soon as you get the volume up. It attracts people to say, hey, look, there's renewed interest. Get it going. And then you'll get 1x out of it, and everyone's happy. Now, all of a sudden, everyone's happy. Your price will go from 0.0013 to 0.0026. Just if you get volume. And you're not going to get volume unless you get volume. It's chicken or the egg, right? Which comes first, the chicken or the chicken? Egg or the egg? Chicken or egg? Egg or chicken? But you need volume, and if you have no tax, it's really easy to make your own token. Don't do it all from one wallet, because then people are like, it's just some guy doing it. Get 10 people to say, hey, buy and sell $500 a day. Not all at once, and all in even numbers. Just $25, $100. Buy, sell. When you get that volume coming up, like you did over there, all of a sudden eyeballs come back, and then you can tweet about it and say, hey, our volume's coming up. Yada yada yada. Original team is completely out. Zero tax. Crypto Mike says, I'd post more, but I'm sad now. Drano in the house, ladies and gentlemen. Otherwise known as LeBron James in the house. A prolific posting basketball player from the mainnet Z community. There's another one that needs some volume right there. Visa's contract renounced. Build on Base, everyone. And he says, we tried to keep it, or she, I don't know, he or she, has tried to keep it very organic. Yeah, well, just buying and selling yourself is not anything bad. It's not wash trading. Wash trading is when the developer hires people to do it. When the community's trading it back and forth, it's just trading. Just trading, but you need some volume. If you get, in one way you do it is you get someone to buy a couple $100 new, so you get a little green candle, and then about 10 of you do some buying and selling. Then you keep that level, and the volume looks good there after a little rise, and then the people will flock back. Just think about it. And if people ask, say, hey, where'd your volume come from? You say, oh, it's us. We're trying to attract attention back to our product. Crypto Mike, Tom, no. Crypto Mike, are you behind? Are you behind by about 20, 30 minutes? Timothy says, lunch is over. Thanks for joining us. I really appreciate it. But we will... oh, I haven't been putting the comments on because I've got the bolt-on base thing here. He says, working on a small swap day as well. Thanks, sir. You're welcome. We're definitely going to get volume trades going. Just got to get... If you got an insane community, just get 10 people. It doesn't have to be all of the people. Like, pick 1 week. You 10 guys, gals. Just do something this week. Buy and sell. End up at the same position. Maybe if you can add, those people can add 1%, 2% to their bag too, because then wash trading will end up. But if it's a community doing it, community takeover, community bringing the volume back, not developers paying it for fake volume, then it's fine. Especially if you tell people you're doing it. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's check in on the show here real quick. How long have we been at this? Just over an hour. I don't have much time left in today's show, ladies and gentlemen. Great show today. Great communities coming in here today. You know what? I'm not sure if the great... I just heard thunder again. Driving me crazy. Driving me crazy. Not driving me daisy, driving me crazy. All right, let's flip over to X real quick here. News from X today. Some more, as many of you followers know, I am not into the woke thing at all. And California just passed a new super woke law of some sort. And Elon Musk said, that's it. We're done with California. We're done. Bitcoin coming back up here. Good. All right, let's go to just bringing up my metrics here a little bit. See how our X not doing us well today. 8 viewers. Come on, peoples. All right, as we can see, Bitcoin is recovering a little bit here today. We are on the 5-minute chart. 5-minute. When I have a trade on, I like to look at the 5-minute chart. We were down as low as $90 in our trade. Uh-oh. I gotta refresh this page here. Let's look at some of the other time frames here. Earlier, I was talking about Trump being assassinated, assassination attempt, and how it moved the market. It moved the market quite well. In fact, where it went up and executed a limit order I had in, a sell limit order to go short when it hit a certain point, and then it immediately blew up through my stop order. And so I like that lost $30 or 25, whatever it was. And it showed, even though I lost immediately, it showed the importance of having a stop order. And if you hear Pedro and I go back and forth about these things, I got a horrible shadow on my face. Go back and forth about these things. You know, we talk about the importance of being safe out there, and we want to make sure that if you do follow our link to BitFi, sign up below for BitFi and get free money up to $2,800, and I think there's an additional $1,000 in there for the viewers of DYOR Media. But let's look at some of the other time frames here. The 15-minute, the intraday chart says 15 minutes. The moving averages are still above what's going on in the 8 period page. Oh, I reset it. It's the 7 period moving average. It just broke above it. Oh, that's good news. Why don't we do a little DCA here? How about we do a little DCA? We'll add another market order. We'll add another, let's see, another $100 to the margin. A little DCA here. At considerable risk of a downturn, but we'll see what happens here as the market comes back up. The 1 hour chart. I see. I'm enjoying this. I usually don't do this. You know, I usually let Pedro do all this. The 1 hour chart is also not showing. Oh, see, I can't do. I gotta reset all these charts. I can't do anything on them. Shows a slight downturn. If we were to draw lines here, where are the lines on this? I forget. I've screwed up this whole chart here. I did something earlier with the keys. My broadcasting software has some hotkeys, and as we know, charts have hotkeys. And I thought one, but I was on the other, and I made the new charts explode. All right, let's look at the daily. Pedro always teaches us to look at the daily chart, and you can see we're on a little bit of an uptrend here. We just crossed. Let's see if I can zoom this page here. We just crossed the price now is above all the local moving averages. The 7-day, I think I've got a 7, 25, and 99-day moving average. We're well above the 7-day, which is the orange one, or 7 period, so the 7-day. Oh, here, and it's right at the 25-day, which is the blue one there. 25 period. It's a 25-day, and it's just look, and it's well above the 99-day one, which is good. And all the way up there, there's these buyer wicks that Pedro loves to talk about. So if this goes wrong, we'll blame him. All right, let's see what we got on the socials here, on the comment section. Drano says, tune in Friday. We have a space at 8 p.m. Central Time. Do not want to miss. Friday at, let's see, I'm 9 p.m. Where I am, Eastern Time. I may be available. Make sure to listen to VC if you're invested in MFT24. Important. Oh, that's right. MAGA for Trump. MAGA for Trump. Forgot about you, MAGA for Trump, guys. Which one? Pedro and I didn't buy that one. We bought Magatron, and Magatron pumped all the Trump tokens pumped when he was trying to be assassinated. Kimchi, man, thanks for joining us, Kimchi. Really appreciate it. I got too late. Owibo. Ah, huevo. Thanks for indulging us and bringing us your knowledge, DYOR, says Miss Pixel. Shout out to Miss Pixel, and for that matter, probably Mr. Pixel. But I'm guessing you're related. Doing the super chats today, I really appreciate it. We really appreciate that. We're guessing you did some super chatting, but also getting the word out about the show, which helps so much. Drano says, DCA on NetZ, sir, you won't be disappointed. I've DCA'd on NetZ and on Pepsi. All this thing needs to do is go up. Just zip. Doesn't even need to go up much. Just needs to go up. Tommy Boy happy and can pay all the bills. Another pitch for a Weibo token. A Weibo, let's I don't know what the hell I just did there. The Florida studio here. I have my computer here, but then there's a TV on the wall, which I have the screen sharing on. Breaking my neck looking at it. Looks like a Weibo had a little pump while we're on the show here, too. A couple of buys. Actually, one buy and one sell. But I'll take credit for it. Let's give them something to screen capture here. A Weibo. Weibo on base, ladies and gentlemen. Guys from Weibo, feel free to cut this out. Talk about DYOR Media talking about Weibo. How you should go check them out. No, we're not invested in it, and no, they're not paying us to say that. I just went out and checked them out one day, and they spend a lot of time in our community. So it's nice to be able to talk about them and show something good here, ladies and gentlemen. Weibo. And if Pedro was looking at this, he'd be like, "This is ready for a little retracement, lower low or higher lows and lower highs, lower highs, no, higher highs, higher highs, higher lows. All is good here with the chart going up. Probably be knowing everything. There's a little bit of a retracement coming, but that's always good as well. As soon as you see a red candle on that, all of you viewers should snap it up. But always, as they say, do your own research. If you're looking at my other trade, it's a big negative one. So you'll know I have no idea what I'm talking about whatsoever. But anyway, the guys from Weibo. When the ETF's approved Friday, what do you think will happen? I don't think they'll get approved Friday. Anyway, ETH will have a little feel-good bump when it does, but it's priced in now. You know, and ETH moves sometimes independently from Bitcoin, and most of the time with it. Or yeah, that's correct. Wednesday. Wait, today's Wednesday. But you get to think about it this way: is that the money that wanted to go into ETFs went there already. My mom trades, has her computer up, day trades things, not just day trades, but long-term trades things, and she can buy right on her phone, can buy BTC iShares. Has she? No, she hasn't. She hasn't said, "Mom, why not?" Well, it's Bitcoin, but Mom's been trading stocks since I was a little kid. Very little, and she taught me how to read the New York Times, read the stock prices, and all that type of stuff. And she knows what she's doing. but she won't buy the iShares because it's out of her wheelhouse. And so all the money that has gone into BTC ETFs is largely the money that wanted to go into an ETF. There'll be some other institutional stuff going to Ethereum, but I don't predict that it'll go bonkers. I don't predict that. Why is this BTC chart freezing on me here? Kimchi Man, look at those sexy supports. Yes, your Weibo token did have a nice support, Lauderdale. Drano says, you in Fort Lauderdale? I am not. I am up north in Florida, near Jacksonville Beach area, that type of stuff. North of there. I used to go to Fort Lauderdale with Mrs. Striking a lot. Her family went down there a lot and stayed at one of the hotels on the beaches there. We had a great time. There. But my parents live in the north. And so a lot of times we'd be in Fort Lauderdale and drive A1A all the way up. Not even take US 1 or 95. 95 is a death trap. Death trap. That's right. But we take, let's say, Fort Lauderdale to Piero takes a 4-hour drive on the highway. Taking A1A, it's like 6-7 hours. But it's so beautiful. It's a great drive. It's a lot of fun. Especially if there's a launch from Canaveral. I like staying at the Hard Rock. Oh, hey, they're blowing up the Mirage Hotel. Or they're tearing it down. They're blowing up the Tropicana in Vegas. They're going to build a new Hard Rock casino out there that's going to be shaped like a guitar. Kimchi Man says DYOR is very important. Yes, sir. And Mrs. Pixel said, I think Mrs. Pixel is behind a little bit in the... Make sure you hit that live button. Mrs. Pixel and Mr. Pixel married. Boom, yes. That's like Mrs. like striking, Mrs. Striking. Tell your mom to load up on Etsy. If you can get an ETF, then she'll load up on Etsy. Mike says, I'm playing with those perpetuals. I'm playing with them right now. And I'm down $68. Bitcoin need pump. Need some good news. You know what I have noticed, Mike? If you haven't looked at it in the past two days, Bitcoin is pumped during the Republican National Convention. It's been interesting. I still have this Weibo One Piece thing. playing with perpetuals. 4 years for ETF. When we hit 100 billions. Imagine that. Imagine the whole crew that sits through all those mainnet Z VCs in which it's just super hype. A couple of guys in there that are like, you know who I'm talking about. And they turn out to be right. And everyone's making 100 billion or $1 billion. That would be something. However, you know, since you guys have started, there's been a whole bunch of new projects. So you guys got to get cooking. 100 billion on the way. All right, ladies and gentlemen, what's Bitcoin going to be up to here? People are calling, Pedro was calling it to go down into the 50s, down into this area. The other day, let's see if I can bring up the let's see if I can bring up the picture here. Pedro brought up this picture. I screen capped it the other day, and he said we were right at. Let's make this bigger. I don't know how I make this bigger. Plus. We were right at 61,000 there. No, I'm sorry. We were at 58,000. Pedro said, it's probably going to do this. And hit his mark of 50,000. And we'd been talking about that for a while. We're talking about going down to 50,000 and coming down because this is where the buyers were. And Pedro's been right a lot lately. Hey, look, Matt Rhodes' comment was captured. Pedro's been right lately because there hasn't been a lot of news. And from a technical analysis point of view, the charts give you a lot of information in which you can say, yeah, it's going to happen. And Pedro said, look, all the buyers are down here. And between here and there, there's not a lot of buyers. So the price will waffle on down to here. Unless there's news. What was that news? That news was an assassination attempt. And that, let's see, that brought... it, let's see, this is the daily chart. Let's go back to the 4-hour chart. That brought these green candles here. Brought it from in the 50s. Instead of going down where Pedro said it was going to do, it just pumped. It just boop, broke right out. Now seems to be showing some weakness again. Great, I'm long. I think, I'm just going to hold it through the convention tonight and see how it does. But anyway, the point is that the market did something different because of the news cycle. And that's what happens. That's what happens, ladies and gentlemen. Space Cat, welcome to the house. Good afternoon, everyone. Mrs. Pixel says, still here. Fast forward here. Yeah, you must have been behind a little bit. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're coming to the end of the show here. I want to thank everyone for watching. We had one of our best shows in a while here. We got a lot of good communities in here, that pair community. We talked about the importance of using stop orders. We talked about our sponsor, BitFi. But we can't leave out our other sponsors. Space Lounge behind me. Normally, this rotates and shows the Defi Dojo Lounge, which I don't have a graphic for. But if you don't know the Telegram room, Defi Dojo, and you're a small project that needs a package of AMAs on Telegram, on X Spaces, and on YouTube, notably this channel, go see JBee. Her links are in the body of the thing here. And get yourself a package. Reasonable prices. These aren't Caesar's prices and that type of stuff. These are normal prices. And what it does is it gets you Also gets you the opportunity to get a inexpensive or discounted KYC from a Sure DeFi. And if you do that by going through Defi Dojo, you can do that. Links in the body here. If you've got a little project, Crypto Control, those guys, and you want a package of AMAs that are reasonably priced and need a KYC, anything like that, get in touch with JBee and Arian. Arian. I'm getting his name more correct than before. I gotta get rid of this comment here. How to? Welcome to the show. Welcome back. I use Coinbase and Mexi exchanges with a VPN from the US. I just got locked out and I need to transfer all my crypto from Mexi to a new exchange. Recommendations for shitcoin exchanges? You know what? I haven't noticed. Go to BitFi. Use the link below us here and sign up. There's nothing. Can't hurt you. You don't even need to use a VPN. It works from Canada and the United States. But in the link in the body of the show down here, we have the link to BitFi, and try it out. Try it out and see what happens. You don't. I mean, best thing, obviously, signing up helps us a lot. Even if you don't do anything, sign up, create a new account. I really appreciate it. And put some of the money that you have in there and give it a shot. Obviously, do your own research on how to do these things. I'm not telling you to I am not a specialist by any means. I'm getting my ass hammered right now during the show. But regardless of that, give them a try. They're friends of our show, and they're probably going to sponsor our Toronto mobile studio for the ETH Toronto Blockchain Futures Convention. But I have not experienced the full effect of them yet. I'm playing with BTC futures. I've deposited just a test amount of money to do that. I haven't deposited the whole bag, nor would I in one place. Like, don't ever do that. But it's an exchange based in Singapore, registered in the Seychelles, and able to do business in the U.S. And they do KYC only when you reach certain amounts or try to withdraw certain amounts that trigger that. But if you just use it for simple trading, meme coin, shit coining, and exchanges, you can do that relatively easily. Yeah, good luck with that, my friend. I think you're going to have to transfer them to a DeFi wallet. I don't know. That's a sticky one because not everyone has the same pair. You know, if you're on Mexi, if it's a USD, Tom Shitcoin USDT pair, yet another exchange is going to have the Tom Shitcoin USDC pair. It's a different coin. You transfer it and you lose it. You got to be careful there. You might have to sell. And of course, I don't know. I've never taken the time to see what meme coins are available on one exchange versus another. I would have to imagine that BitFi. You know what? Let's do this. Put some of the tokens that you like in the chat here, and we'll just look on BitFi together and see what it is. Troublesome Creek, ladies and gentlemen, the musician du jour in the house. I'm guessing from the icon, likes the Grateful Dead. Never got into the Dead. Never did. My sister did. My sister's been a Dead fan her whole life. My sister and I went to one of the last shows at Soldier Field in Chicago before Jerry died. Mike, what are you talking about here? We're trying to pitch our show sponsor here. Oh, it's here I go through the whole pitch. Crypto Mike says, put it there. Anyway, how to? I'd appreciate I'd appreciate if you at least give BitFi a chance. Sign up for them and see if it's any good. See if you like it. And I'd be interested if you don't like it. I'd also like feedback on why. That would be really great. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I've got things to do today. that time of the show. I want to thank everybody for joining the show today. I mean, we had a banging show today. Poor Pedro's gone. We had over 106 viewers. We got 14 people on right now. Twitter picked it up a little bit here. Up to 20 on Twitter. Thank you very much. We had the great communities from Aweebo, great communities from Pair Token, Bolt. Bolt guys come. Thanks everyone from Bolt. I really appreciate it. Interesting to note that it was a community takeover, and good things to come for them. I hope. Get that volume up on Bolt, and things should go well. And thanks to our other sponsors, Muso CPA. If you are interested in having your U.S. taxes done correctly with crypto, contact Patrick. Muso CPA, links below. He'll get you sorted out. His cases solely are crypto, and many of his cases are accounts are from other accountants that said, I screwed this shit up. Can you fix it? Patrick can do that. One of the few crypto accounts that can actually read the blockchain. It can help you deal with a rebasing token, help you deal with reflections, get all that stuff right. Buying and selling liquidity, all taxable events. You need crypto. Muso CPA. Of course, AutoChain, our show channel sponsor. AutoChain's getting ready to launch their Patchouli AI software and validating nodes to make sure you're legal with MiCA in Europe, and you're able to do a machine-readable white paper, and also to a whole sorts of other things that we'll talk about when they get ready to launch. But thanks to everybody. I really appreciate it. Let's look for any last-minute comments here. Oh, there's a whole bunch of them. Space Cat, enjoy the gym today. Kimchi Man says, thank you. Where Pedro has my vote. Troublesome says, if I made you the theme music, what style would you like? Well, that's a good question. Good question. Is the Nashville Crypto Convention today? And if so, where can I watch it? Most likely Bitcoin. Let's see. Well, let's go look. Yeah, I wish I was going to that convention. Trump's going to speak at it, which will be Bitcoin Nashville. Looks like it's Bitcoin 2024. Oh man, this is going to be a convention. Oh, I wish I was going to this one so much. Just didn't work out this year for me to go to it. Just Google Bitcoin Nashville and it should come up. Bitcoin2024.b.dc/2024. This Pixel says, you're the best DYOR. We're not on every day. We try to be, but I'll be on tomorrow. But after that, Pedro and I will be back next week. Having a nice day, all DYOR Media fam. Aweebo. Later, Tom. I did say BitFi first. Okay, all right. I'll let you off the hook there. Not too Mexi won't let me sell or buy. Yeah, you probably mistakenly logged in there without a VPN once, or had it. What a lot of people do is they leave their Mexi in a chart, and then it communicates. Your VPN crashes, and then the chart communicates with Mexi and establishes that you're in the U.S. and your VPN comes in. They're like, aha, U.S. based. So what you need, if you're going to do that, you have to have a VPN that has the option, or do it in Windows or Apple, whatever you do. Say if the VPN is not available, no communications. Then that won't happen. Your VPN might crash for a minute, might auto restart, but the chart says, hey, I need some more information. It registers your US IP, and you are dunzo. Got to have that option for no communications if VPN not on. Chuck says, back from the meeting. Chuck, we're all done today. Thank you very much. Let's see, you might be going to multiple exchanges. How to Happy Dog, Caspa, Strump, GME all should be available on BitFi. Dara says ciao for now, ladies and gentlemen. Ciao for now. So I am going to say ciao for now as well. I'll give Dara the final comment of the day. I wonder if I've got my closing credits up here. Uh-oh. Looks like I'm gonna end this just in time. I'm crashing. Yeah, but that's it, ladies and gentlemen. Everyone have a great day. See you tomorrow. Be there.